For the first time in social media history, the language you write in may no longer determine your audience. Grok is quietly dismantling one of the oldest walls on the internet, and early users are reporting something remarkable. Japanese posts in their English feeds are consistently outperforming native content in quality. A user on X made a striking statistical observation. The average quality of Japanese posts appearing in their feed sat roughly 2 standard deviations above the English language baseline. This isn't just a compliment to Japanese Twitter culture. It reveals something deeper about how linguistic silos have been artificially suppressing high-quality global content for years. When you remove the language filter, a hidden tier of the internet suddenly becomes visible. Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and virtually every major social platform rank content by language match first and quality second. This architectural decision wasn't malicious, it was practical. But the unintended consequence is massive. Decades of brilliant writing, insight, and humor in Japanese, Korean, Arabic, and Portuguese have been essentially invisible to most of the English-speaking world. We've been browsing a small room when a library existed next door. For AI engineers, the technical challenge here deserves serious respect. This is not simply plugging a translation API into a recommendation engine. The architecture requires real-time multilingual translation, cross-lingual semantic understanding to preserve meaning and tone, and relevant scoring that can compare a Japanese post against an English post for a specific user's interests, all running fast enough to populate a live scrolling feed. That inference pipeline, at X's scale, is genuinely non-trivial engineering. Traditional search and recommendation systems work on keyword matching and engagement signals within a language. They cannot understand that a Japanese post about a work-life philosophy concept is semantically relevant to an English speaker interested in productivity culture. Large language models can make that conceptual bridge. This is one of those rare cases where the technology genuinely enables something that wasn't just difficult before. It was architecturally impossible. Japanese Twitter has a deeply distinct cultural identity. The communication style is more elliptical, the humor relies heavily on shared cultural context, and a great deal of meaning lives in what is left unsaid. Literal translation can carry the words across the barrier, but drop the soul. The real test of this system isn't whether it can translate sentences accurately, it's whether it can preserve enough cultural meaning to make the content feel genuinely valuable rather than just technically comprehensible. The current model of social feeds is fundamentally narcissistic by design. It reflects your existing language, your existing connections, and your existing preferences back at you. A cross-lingual recommendation system flips that model from mirror to window. Instead of showing you what you already know, it surfaces conversations happening globally that a sophisticated algorithm believes you would genuinely care about. If this works at even 60% effectiveness, it represents a fundamental reimagining of what a social platform can be. The history of X over the past several years makes cautious optimism the only responsible stance. The underlying capability here, cross-lingual semantic recommendation at scale, is real and meaningful. But building a pipeline and shipping a product that users actually trust and return to are 2 very different challenges. The question is not whether the AI can do this. Early evidence suggests it can. The question is whether the organization around it will invest in the quality controls, cultural sensitivity, and iterative improvement needed to make it genuinely great, rather than just impressive in a demo.